this lesson we'll start creating the cover from scratch based on the layout geometry. We'll create the cover base using standard commands and add the conical bosses with holes to it. Create a new part document. Rename it. Add the designation and save the model. Start the copy object command and add the housing cover collection. Confirm. Hide some elements. Create a new sketch on the ZX plane. Let's rotate the view. We'll need the model objects for the sketch, and this orientation will work better. Start the AutoLine command and create two segments, approximately like this, and one more segment with its endpoint at the midpoint of the circle projection. Turn on the midpoint snap and select the circle to snap to the midpoint of its projection on the sketch plane. Stop the AutoLine command. I'll use the Normal to command to rotate the sketch parallel to the screen. Align the endpoints of the segments horizontally. Make the segments parallel. Merge the midpoint of the middle segment with the copy's intersection point. Finally, align the middle segment. Exit sketch mode. Start the revolution element command. Select New Solid. Select the X-axis as the revolution axis. I can't select it in the graphic area. I'll use the additional tree. Set the angle to 180. Confirm. Start the mirrored array command. Select the body of the cone copy. Activate the plane field and select the ZY plane as the symmetry plane. Confirm the command. Start the extrusion element command. Select the flange sketch copy as the section. Set the distance to 8. Confirm. Then we'll create a cylindrical cut in the cover using the cylinder command. To position the cylinder in the graphic area, select the edge, this circle. The cylinder diameter automatically becomes equal to the diameter of the selected circle. Select the subtraction result, since we need a cut. Select the Through All method for the height. Confirm the cylindrical cut creation. Start the section command. The second object is the ZX plane. Turn on Selected Objects and select the body copy. Then we'll add a conical boss. Start cone by center of base diameters and height. Unhide the flange sketch copy and select its point as the snap point. Select the cover face to define the y-axis direction. Reverse the direction if you need. I don't. Set the base diameter to 55. The diameter to 35. Leave the distance as 80. Confirm. Start the plane hole command. Select the same point you used for the cone's snap point and the cone's top flat face. The diameter is 15. The depth is to object. Select the cover's bottom face as the object. Confirm the hole creation. Now start the Array by Points command. Select the cone and hole that we've just created. Activate the Points field and select 3 points of the flange sketch one by one. Confirm the command. Let's create an offset plane relative to the ZX plane at the distance of 135 mm. Confirm and stop the command. Create a new sketch on the offset plane. Add a point. Align it horizontally with the origin. The distance will be 125. Start the cone by center of base, diameters and angle command. Select the point we've just created in the sketch as the snap point. Click on the arc of the orientation element and enter 90 to rotate the cone around the x-axis. Leave the diameter of the base at 50. Set the diameter to 65. Reverse the angle direction. Set the angle to 5. Add a hole with the countersink. Select the point and the face of the conical boss. Turn on the thread. Select the standard. Set the thread length to 12. The distance is 15. Select by depth and angle for the countersink. Set the depth to 2. Confirm. Mirror the boss with the hole relative to the XY plane. We'll continue designing the cover in the next lesson.